I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to Teach Review. Today is September 24th, Wednesday, 2025. Hope you had a good day, playa. Yo, like I said yesterday, this option here, I did favor the bearish side. I gave you both options. I said either it was going to go straight up, if this was just a retracement, or if it was going to be a reversal with an expansion, we'd come up. Yo, look at this. We'd come up and then sell off, use this as an inversion, and then look to make lows. I clearly talked about also looking at the previous 3-day lows. In this case, this is yesterday's low in the video. You have that low there, you have that low. And if you clearly watched the video, I talked about this low right here too high, and a 50% was going to be here. And sure enough, we attacked that today. Yo, you can't make this shit up. And just to be fair, I'm going to be very clear. We went up through, that was the low yesterday. Here on this picture that you're seeing, I do have the 50% now highlighted. I wanted to hold for that, but it's my wife's birthday. It was yesterday, but we were celebrating it today as well. So I had to keep moving, but look at this. Look at the drawing and look at the drawing. All right. Look at the drawing, right? Pop down, pop up into here and sell off. Yo, man, I'm trying to tell you, you can't make this up. So we came up, popped down. I have these three. I have that previous all-time high, that previous all-time high, that previous all-time high. Fine, but we tapped on that. Look at tap to the tick, right? Look at it. Came up. We had to drive up. So this is kind of like, I'm looking at it like, okay, drive 1, retrace. Drive 2, retrace. Drive 3, and this drive, it's got these, obviously, a couple higher highs here. We have a failed high right here. This is how I get involved with the understanding of we're just bearish. We're going to come down and take that low. Look at that. Look at the liquidity is built with yesterday's low. Not yesterday's low, the day before that, and all that, right? I talked about that to the T, okay? So now, what do we got? Well, we have the inversions on this side, on the bullish side. But there's a regular bearish imbalance here. I don't have it highlighted because I didn't want the chart to be funky. But you can see I'm measuring this low to this high, this wick here on the 15-minute. Because this was kind of like the last low, lower high and low that we didn't break, and then we bust above it, right? So I use that, and you can see that we're already in a 1 and 1.5 when I wake up, right? So that being the case, I have two measurements here. I'm measuring this entire swing here because that's the high, that's a higher low, and then these are highs, and then we break, right? So I measured that, and then you look on the right side here. It's this. Okay, look, I only kept the markings just so I didn't have to explain it, but you're gonna appreciate it. You're going to see that at 9:30. So to keep this simple, the lower high that failed, that's right there. I have this with a fib, a retail fib from here to here, right? So from that to there, and then we bust up. And I made a very good example yesterday. Oh, fuck me. Here. That's that lower high, okay? So you have a short-term high. A short-term high makes an intermediate high. That's a long-term high, and blah, 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 blah. It's a lower high. It's a failed high, and I'm measuring there to there. Why? Because I tell you, from in legs, they are going to create lower highs inside so then they can ram it. That's what we did at 9:30. We rammed it, right? And we went right into that imbalance that I have, which is now the 7:37 a.m. candle. That's that. But then I also have between the 61 and the 70, we hit it to the tick. They run right to it. Now that I've said all that, it's fire. This is not random. So 9:30, they raid. They come down. Now, I was trying to get fucking filled here, right? Because I had a 15-second. I didn't get filled. So anyways, the price came down. I ended up getting filled where you see me. I should have been here, but whatever. Fuck them, right? So what do? We get an imbalance that gets created at the 9:30. It stays empty. 100% sign of strength. You already know that's just going to not come back and get visited. Anyways, and you got the first imbalance here. You know the opening range gap is right here. It's not sealed. I'm already trying to come down for these goals that I'm talking about, right? So why am I'm showing you this picture just to just like I did yesterday. It was the same logic, right? What's that logic? The high of today was 913, 24,913 and whatever. Okay. So where's 200 points? Right? The average daily range is actually coming out to 270 something points, all right, which is what we did. But the 200 points is a low-hanging fruit. I also have to kind of go because I'm trying to be ready I'm trying to leave by London close, but I decided to take this picture so you could see the logic, right? And I'm holding for this. The next picture, I'm going to show you that I get to it, but what are we doing? This is the weekly open. I mentioned maybe a bearish week, right? And as Monday being, and Tuesday being the high, right? And Wednesday is now coming down and continuing. Look at the order flow. I don't have to say too much. I have this projection here with the 1 to 1.5, 2 to 2.5, 3.5 to 4. Over here, I got the 1 to 1.5, 2 to 2.5, and this can be also adjusted. But for now, I'm just showing you what I got here. I got this first circle. Why? Well, because of this right here. I want to, you can see it coming into the 1 to 1.5 first, accumulating, coming into the 2 to 2.5, coming back into the 1 to 1.5, and then so on. Dog, this is fire, just so you know. And before I keep going, look at the first imbalance right there. Very clear. Oh, what is that? That's the fucking weekly gap. Don't you see 50% getting respected? Just too beautiful. All right, 25% here of the opening range gap. Bodies are respecting. And what's this? This is the weekly. This is today's gap. Today's open and today's gap. And guess where the midnight level is? Which is also the true open. It's sitting in the middle. Not exactly middle, but the point is that perfect. What are we doing? We constantly using that as resistance. Man, let me tell you, the streamers online had no idea what they doing. No idea. What I'm sharing you is epic shit. I'm promising you, this is not being fucking arrogant. I'm literally telling you the day before, here's the execution of it for free, and ain't nobody doing that. And the point of me saying it like that is because you got to be proud of your fucking analysis and the hard work that you've put in this shit. Yeah. So anyways, this control of price, again, with that one candle right there, boom, we come up to it. I'm not shitting bricks. I understand they're going to create structure. This is a lower low. That's a lower high. And then we're trying to go into a lower low, lower high situation. The price was dirty for a while, and that's fine. But let me continue. Using it as resistance. This is algorithmic resistance. It is not random, right? Okay, cool. Now, I'm explaining this here, the circle here. Why I got the circle like this. This first circle, this is the lowest circle right here that you see on the 15-minute. You can't see this. It's not there yet. I'll show you in a second. I was circling, what was it matching? It was matching, the negative 1 standard deviation is what I was highlighting right there. And the yesterday's low is sitting right there. I'm already knowing that we're blowing through that, so I'm not worried about that. But the goal is to get in here and then the -4. Also, why? What am I saying right here? I'm going to start trailing right here. Notice I'm not trailing in any of this. We're blowing through that. And once we get below this -4, what's the low here? I'm highlighting also the previous day, not previous day, fucking Monday. Monday's low as well. If they're gonna take out Tuesday's low yesterday, they're gonna take out Monday's low. It's right there, right? Obviously. And I understand this whole range. Very clear, right? Very fucking clear. And what am I doing? I'm saying I'm gonna start trailing once it gets here. And I actually need to go because it's lunch. I've been waiting for this shit. It was annoying, but patience pays, right? And as you can see, you're like, why you got this imbalance right there? We're going above it, below it, because I know it's going to work when it starts to finally work, right? And and that's why I don't mess around in the middle, because I'm not trying to push sell right there. Oh, it's a bearish imbalance. Why didn't it just sell it from there? Because, dude, it's not going to be that easy. And again, this is the leg here. We pop up to 50% almost. I think, was it 50%? I didn't even need it to be 50%. I was just curious. Shit, by a tick. But anyways, we use that up candle and the open or algorithmically. Dude, it's already there. But lower low, lower high. This is a lower high. Watch what they do here. They do this, all this funky shit, and then they push it back up. But really, that's a lower low, lower high, and then you're just gonna get these funky ass legs down. And then as you can see it, we finally leave it for good and we bump underneath it right there. You can see I'm highlighting it on purpose. Now, once we came in here, we're working that shit, we playing around, boom, we pop in. Look at the bodies, below 50%. Gone from there. You could even drag this out and then you can see it be sitting in there. I wanted to just see it and rush from there, but obviously this is my last line of defense in a sense, and this is why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it. And boom, coming right into this shit, baby. Coming right into it. I mean, man, I don't know what else I could say or do, but this shit is just fire. Let's see what else. Man, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, you know, you can see that all-time high right there, which was this day. So this is Wednesday. What is it? Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Fridays. Friday. So then last Thursday's high. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, Thursday, no, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So Friday's fucking high. Yeah, okay, duh. So look at right there as you see the body sitting right there, and we wick, and then we're gone underneath. Strength underneath. And then obviously I'm blowing through the next that green one right there because we're looking at liquidity, which the algorithm is going to hunt those days, right? Previous days. But just fire, man. Super fire. I said yesterday that I wanted to see dollar respect this balanced price range and this imbalance and inversion. I wanted to see it push up from there, and that sure fucking did. Said I wanted to take out that high and then that high. And it looks like dollar is waking up here. It's a seasonality in October, actually, for it to start buying back up, in general speaking. So, yeah. We also had here, we had a lower high here with NAS, and then higher highs here. And then Dow is telling on itself. If you want NAS to completely sink to the ground, you want to see Dow completely go up. So that's a barometer in a way to tell you what where the market's really going for us. And that's just why we don't really trade Dow, right? Because, it's not rolling with the rest. So, and that's that, and then here, again, more beauty with us. We had lower highs here. It was clean. We had higher highs here. That would have sucked if I was trading that, man. I would have still held for it, man. But, it sucks to, it's not favorable to see that shit. But higher high here. And then lower high is very clear, and then we just sold off, dude. So there's nothing else to really say here. And then you had a nice little divergence action here. So I wasn't a part of the day anymore. We'll just put that. Did I do that right? I meant to. Oh no. I meant to put that on Dow. They had a lower line. Right there. Anyways, move forward here. I gotta go. And then, so Dow yesterday retraced, and then looked like a reversal. I said, all right, and then we would probably come down more, and then they made a lower high, and so they did a retracement and an expansion. That was it. Keeping it simple. No fucking other way to look at this and think about this. So if you've been with me and watching these videos for a long time, I'm getting to the nitty gritty of regular, phases of price, which is obviously, mentorship material, right? I'm not trying to hide nothing or anything, but it's just, it's just becoming a little more easier to explain for me. It's just, I don't maybe do a good job of explaining sometimes, but hey, but I'm very clear what the phase of price is and what's next. So, pump and dump here for Dow. Very cool. That's a profile. I understand it. But for us, we just, we roll down. That's why I hate that type of shit. I hate that type of shit, but I understand the profile. Anyway, move forward here. S&P, same story. Balanced price range, expansion. You expect a retracement, then expansion. We got that to the T. And now we are retracing right now. So very, very, very easy, to be honest with you. And then they're just hunting the previous days. Liquidity, man. Again, these are the last 10 days of September. So we want to see some type of sell-off for the seasonality. And then, the wick of the month type of thing. And that's that, bro. Here, very similar. Just a poke above real quick. And then, boom, on its way to seal. I mean, man, just beautiful, bro. I wish every days were like these last 2 days. That's for sure. See that shit? Yeah, it's like, I mean, if I'm entered here, right? If I'm entered here, it's a break. See that up candle? That's their control of price for S&P. Imbalance coupled underneath the 50%. Now you're using the underneath this, but I mean, for this to come up here like that right there, I mean, that just sucks. You know what I mean? But hey, you just got to be strong in the understanding of where you're going and where's the liquidity to the left. And it was just X marks the spot. So, boom, you don't say, bro. You don't say. Hit that fucking 50, baby. Come on, man. I talked about also in here, that little breakout area from here. And then there is an imbalance in between that and that. Yeah, there's an imbalance here. I understand that, but in between here is still also not sealed, right? So they came and, cleaned that up, for all these push out traders that were over here. Bodies are respecting this last Thursday's first imbalance right there. All right. Again, not really that hardcore necessary, but almost fucking forgot. I did, right? Yeah. So same story with this. If you take a look at Monday's imbalance, the first AM session, we came to it yesterday. We popped up and then we used it again. Oh, but if you take a look, it is also matching with and using the today's gap. I mean, it's like literally right on top of it. Do you think that's do you think that the first imbalance of Monday, today's gap, and the midnight level, and the settlement are all in the same spot? They're using that. This is how they use algorithmic levels to create even structure. Come on, this is fire. And then, again, live streamers have no idea what they're doing. They're literally happy for 10 points. And I'm not trying to knock 10 points. But what I'm doing here is showing you literally how you're supposed to trade a daily range, right? And that's the goal. We want to trade the majority of the daily's range, right? And then it's as simple as that. Dude, look at this. I said this to the chick yesterday. I love it. So I hope y'all eating, man, on real shit, bro. Like I don't see anybody doing, unless there's a private mentorship that people are doing and charging arm and leg, but anyways, that's pretty much it, man. And then Nvidia with a pushback more down, literally wiping that entire gain, dude. That's bogus. Fucking bogus. I don't know, man. Speaker time? Is it some shit like this? Popping up, come all the way up, and then are we looking for like a drop and a retrace, and are we going through a big retracement? Hey, I don't know. I mean, I know we bullish still, but at the same time, do they want to pull back for this end of the quarter shit? and then we get a distribution again in the fourth quarter. Anyways, not that serious to think about, but this is fire. So this exactly happened, and and pretty much all this right here, right? And then we fucking bounced right here. So that was just the logic. Let me move forward so I can go. And then okay, so now, and I'm doing this to help you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. Like on my mother, I'm not gaining nothingness from every day. I sharpen my own tools, but I want everyone to prosper, and there's money for everybody. What the fuck? I'm old school, Nick. So expansion, retracement, expansion. What are your possibilities of happening here if we do this together? All right. Well, from here we have a retracement. We got that. So is it going to be a reversal where it just completely goes straight up? Okay. And it's an expansion with an expansion, right? Like Asia and London would have to just keep going up, and it would have to be an expansion for it to reverse, right? If it's not that, then you have a retracement. Okay? You have a retracement, which is what we are in right now so far, right? However high they want to go. I don't know if they want to come up here or break even lower, I don't know. That was a pretty easy drop. I mean, when the price was here, it was like just fucking dropping, bro. Like, what do you think it's going to do? Buy from here? Motherfuckers was trying to buy this shit today. They was trying to buy this. They was trying to buy this. They was trying to buy this. I'm like, yo, y'all is tripping. Anyways, what's the high today? 914. What's the low today? 627, bro. See that shit? That's almost 300 points. So that's the daily range. And I'm over here, I'm highlighting the 200 points, right? So I'm being very clear about saying that we're going to start trailing here when the price gets here. Look, I mean, that is not only is a plan, it's experience, but I'm not trying to get chopped up in this shit. I'm not trying to fucking buy sells here and then, and be confused. Oh, maybe it's bullish. Oh, no. For me personally, I need to be up here. My entry got to be in here. Or my stops got to be above these lower highs that are a little bit higher. But anyways, what was I actually saying? So retracement, right? And then you follow by an expansion. Okay. The other phases of price is if it consolidates. Okay. So if this consolidates, oh shit, what am I doing? I gotta go. If this consolidates, you only have two options. If it's a consolidation, that means it's going to continue with an expansion. Okay? If it's going to consolidate, then it's going to turn into a continuation, which is an expansion. In a perfect fucking world, you would like to see it get rated. All this consolidation, and then we rate up top to then push back down. If it was to consolidate here and raid the bottom and then jam right back up, that's a reversal. It's the only way you're going to get a reversal off of consolidation, right? It's not favorable, but I'm just letting you know what the options are, right? And you're like, dude, you're giving me 3 options of up and down. Bruh, don't you want to know what the options are? I'm sure you do, right? So then you can execute and do a plan like I just did these last 2 days. Now, for example, this consolidation here went sideways. We didn't get a rate above, and they still reversed. It's the caveat. Some of them, but some people won't be involved in this sell here. They won't be a part of the move because they need to see that raid. That's on you, right? But at least you understand what the fuck's going on every day. That's power. So, we came into a fair delivery here. Again, I still expect it to pull back. And I still probably want to eat more of this candle, but at the same time, You don't know. I mean, where's 50% of that body? I'm always gonna miss stuff, man, and I'm always gonna sometimes see, we're always gonna miss stuff, dude. You know what I mean? I miss stuff all the time, but I might see it the next day, right? And that might not be helpful to you. So we didn't even hit 50% of that body. If you're bullish, you don't want to see it go really lower than that, right? But anyways, let me not get ahead of myself. The point is that I mean, I would like to say that we are still bearish. So, if this consolidates or Asia London, I just want to keep it simple. I just want to see a retrace, I just want to see a retrace like we're doing, and maybe bump underneath that low, whatever. Maybe they don't, maybe they create an imbalance. Closing up high like this is pretty high. I gotta go. But again, expansion. So it's either going to retrace and expand again. We're either going to reverse with Asia London pushing up. It's a reversal and going up. You'll see if it does that in Asia fucking London, right? If it's like really just V shape, right? Or we're going to consolidate and continue down, or we're going to consolidate and continue up, which is really not something I'm thinking because of, again, the seasonal data. Let this shit sell off a little bit. We'll see. But, man, I don't know what else I can say. Hope this helps. Y'all take care. God bless.